we get on Instagram and they're like, oh, let's be sensitive to the people who don't have their mothers in their life, who have just lost their mom and all this stuff. And it's like, I'm like, wow, that is so beautiful. But I'm just here. And then I think about it and I'm like, that's real though. That's real. That's real. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Tyreek Rashid Show, and I'm so glad that you decided to come back for more. Let me take this button out, because last week, Rapunzel, let down your hair, because last week the bun was outside of the frame, and I didn't like that, for real. Anyways, so what's up, y'all? I just got out of therapy. It took me out. I cried today. Yeah, I cried today, y'all. Listen, I don't even know what we were talking about, but I just got so pissed. I got pissed. So I cried in there. What else? Had a tournament this past weekend. We did not do good in the tournament. That's okay though. What else is up? What else is up? I don't know. It's another day in life. Oh, what else is up? I introduced myself to this dude I thought was cute. I sure did. Ain't nothing happened for real though, but let's step in the right direction for Big Dog. You feel me? I don't know what else is up, y'all. I signed up for a dance class this weekend because I need to pop, lock, and drop it. Yeah, I need to pop, lock, and drop it. So, yeah. Now, I'm not going to hold you. I turned this camera on with no plan. So, yeah. I don't know. So, what happened was, I couldn't even tell you what I was just talking about in therapy. That's why I'm so thrown off. But we all know it's Mother's Day, so I figured we should talk about that too and how I don't fuck with Mother's Day. But I feel like we talked about this before. And just going on all this stuff and the dynamics of mothers and like my best friend's mom just passed and how like she made a little joke. She made a little joke and said, well, looks like both of our Mother's Day is gonna be hard now, aren't they? Oh, okay. Funny gal. Um yeah, I don't be knowing nothing about Mother's Day, y'all. I don't know, never know when it is, never know what's going on. But then everybody around me always know about Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody around me, they love Mother's Day. They love it down, which is good. You know what I'm saying? Like it's good to love Mother's Day, but it's just like such a big event. Where to me, it's not a big event. We got so much trauma associated with it. Like even when my mom was in my life, it just wasn't good enough. You know what I'm saying? I just always felt like I had to do something extravagant or I had to buy her something, but I wasn't capable of doing that. So doing a little card with macaroni, pasta wasn't cutting it. You feel me? It wasn't gonna cut it, in my opinion. But also I just felt like this high pressure of this and that. And, sometimes she would say things like, when y'all get older, y'all finna take care of me and blah 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 and you know what I mean? And I really took that on as a child. I took that on. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to take care of her. She's trying to take care of us. She's struggling to take care of us. We gotta figure out how to take care of her. Yeah. Yeah. And now we not taking care of her for real. I don't know if that's ever gonna be a possibility either. But ever since like I think high school, man. No, I mean when it really started to take toll on me was in high school. Um, but like in childhood, it was always stressful because we're like, we gotta get our moms up, we gotta do something, we gotta do something for her, because it always felt like she never felt appreciated. she never, like, we was being bad all the time. Like, we just couldn't do enough for her to show her that we loved and cared for her back in the day. Like, there was always some type of guilt surrounded with Mother's Day. And then the guilt with gifts. And that's why I'm not a gift person now. Because gifts always just have this, like, thing. It's like this obligation for getting gifts to show somebody that you appreciate them. And then that's, like, not my jam. Like, to give gifts, not my jam at all. Not one bit, actually. Not one bit. To receive gifts, no. No. Now, if you got me a gift that, like, was like something like sentimental that meant something, I'm like, oh my god, like, I can't believe you actually care. But majority of the time, like, I'm not expecting anything. And maybe we need to talk about how I'm not expecting anything because I didn't really get anything. Or let's talk about when we get gifts a lot, whether that was Christmas, mostly Christmas, right? They were taken away from us. For instance, she would have this whole extravagant vibe. Yeah, my mom would set up this whole extravagant vibe because, she really felt like she wanted to give us that experience, right? So when we woke up in the morning, we're like, gifts. You know what I'm saying? So she really was trying to do that. But then give it a day or two, a week max, and she had to go return all that shit to the pawn shop, she said. So she had to go pawn it off. One time I had these beats. I'll never forget. I had these beats. And, man, to this day, she never said that she stole the beats from me. She took them and pawned them. She took them from me and pawned them. And it was a moment like when a thief helps you look for the shit they stole. That's exactly what happened. And I was like, oh, shoot, where are these beats at? Where are the beats at? She's like, I don't know. Whole time the lady didn't pawn them. Whole time she didn't pawn them. Then we had, I think it was Mother's Day in Mexico. So this was last year, literally like last year. It was Mother's Day in Mexico. And they were like, oh, we need a picture of you and your mom. And in Ireland, I think their Mother's Day is on a different time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not actually when ours is in America. And they goes down in Ireland and they goes down in Mexico. Like, and I feel like Mexican culture, like, it's heavy family, like, or Hispanic culture in general, it's like heavy family, like your grandma will be living with you, like family live with family. That's just how it is. I ain't like that, and we know America ain't like that. You get kicked out at 18. But basically, one of the girls on the team, she was the captain. She was like, "Come on, can I get a picture?" And I said, "I don't have one." And she goes, "What do you mean you don't have one? You don't have one?" I said, "I don't have one, and I'm not gonna be sending you one." And she kept pressing me. So then one of my other teammates, she goes, "No, she's for real. She don't have one. Just like she don't have one." And then I start laughing. Because that's what I do. It's not funny. But I did start laughing because I'm not joking. She's like, guys, are you playing around? I'm like, no, I'm so dead ass. Like, I don't have one. I don't have it for you. I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, for real. Like, my friend was like, no, for real. Like, she's not have one. Don't ask her again. Please don't ask her again. So then days go by and the girl came back around and started asking me about the photo again. And then I started to get mad. And you know what? It's my fault for being such a mystery to stuff, but I just didn't feel comfortable telling her about about the scenario. You feel me? I didn't feel comfortable to tell her why I didn't have no photo with me and my mom when we was young. You know what I'm saying? She want me to unload the clip. I'm not gonna do that to her. I was gonna unload the clip, tell her, well, I really actually don't have any photos, and if I have to go photos, I gotta research. All our photos probably got burnt and things in this probably got burnt, tortured, ripped, like lost all of it. I really don't have no recollection of stuff. And then on top of that, I don't really have a relationship with my mom at this point. So I'm not gonna be sending y'all a photo to post of me and my mom. And then we get on Instagram and they're like, oh, let's be sensitive to the people who don't have their mothers in their life, who have just lost their mom and all this stuff. And it's like, I'm like, wow, that is so beautiful. But I'm just here. And then I think about it and I'm like, that's real though. That's real. That's real. And this is gonna be the first different Mother's Day for my best friend. And I'm like, I know so many new mothers, my sisters to be exact. It's like motherhood is such an interesting thing. Then we got the people who post, shout out to my dad for being my mom the whole time. And the people who say on Father's Day say that about their mom. At another instance, actually in Ireland. In Ireland. Did I tell the story already? I don't know. In Ireland, the dude was like, yeah, what's up with you and your moms? I mean, you can always count on somebody having their mom in their life, you know? And I said, oh, really? He's like, yeah, like mom is always there. I said, okay. And then he asked me a question about my mom, and I said, well, I don't know what's going on with her. He goes, stop playing, that's not funny, for real. And I said, then I started laughing, and I go, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I really don't know what's going on with her. And then he looks at my other friend, same teammate, by the way, same teammate, and goes, is she for real? Is she playing around? Because that's not funny, bro. Like, you going to be playing around with moms. And she goes, she's for real. He goes, oh, my bad. I thought you, my bad. See, you know what? And I said, yeah, that's why we don't really assume. You know, can't really assume people got their moms in their lives and stuff, you know? He's like, damn, my bad, my bad. I'm like, yeah. And honestly, with me, my weird family dynamics, that helped me like learn when it comes to like dealing with other kids and even like my friends and stuff, like about who's in their lives. Or like, I know a lot of people who have had their grandma raise them and their mom not raise them. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things going on. And it's just like, you just want to be sensitive, or you just don't want to assume. You don't want to assume and be like, you know what? Oh, who's your mom and dad? Or your mom and dad picking you up? I won't do that. I'll be like, oh, who's picking you up? Like, you got, like, who gonna get you? Or who's the guardian? Who, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know what other words I'd be saying. But it's like, you never know. It could be auntie, uncle. It could be sister, bro, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then also working with the kids. And it's like, I feel honored and blessed that they be sharing their business with me. Because one thing about them, the kids is going to share their business. Now, that is the opposite of me. It's like they talk about kids all the time, but it's like me and my siblings, we didn't share shit with nobody. Well, triplets, did y'all? Because I didn't share shit with nobody. And I still don't, right? But I'm sitting here like, they share the stuff with me. They be telling me the tea that be going on at home. And I just feel honored because they trust me. And they just be telling me their stuff. And they be so loose lipped. And then it's like, should I be honored, or is this just what kids do? You know what I'm saying? Do kids just share stuff they're not supposed to be sharing? Or like adults wouldn't share? Or did they feel comfortable sharing that with me? Or do they just say that to everybody? Y'all see them videos? Oh, my mama just left her boyfriend because da 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 da. We never did that. We never did that. But I know a lot of things about my children already. And I'm like, amen, that these kids feel comfortable enough to share with me. Also, can y'all tell I cried? Can you tell I cried in therapy? Huh? Can you tell? What else I want to say about mothers? Then the part about mothers where it's like, you, like, I have so many people who are like mothers but are not my mom, that I have to make sure I'm paying my respects to as well. And I interact with so many mothers now because I'm with their kids. You got to acknowledge them as well. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know so many moms. I know so many moms. And then I'm sitting here like, my sisters is really moms. One of my sisters has been a mom for over a year now. My other sister been a mom for a few months now. You know what I'm saying? Could I ever be a mom? Then I got the mom dynamics here. They kind of like sister, sister. You know what I'm saying? Mom dynamics are crazy. Mm-mm-mm. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I really got to say about Mother's Day. But maybe one day I could get over it. I don't know. I don't know. No, man. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I actually do have another story. Another story. Then, so we grew up in this place. It was like our community center. The place we went to school there, and it was like your after school program, right? And the people there had been so used to having my mom around and being there, and they knew that it was my mom, single mom, and her 4 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just the thing. We was attached to her, she was attached to us. You know what I'm saying? They knew us, they knew her, vice versa. Then, when she transitioned away, and they were confused. They were confused because one thing about mom, she was in the mix. She was in the mix. She was probably going to club with a few of these coworkers, these people who was mentoring us too. So they knew the business, right? But then one day she transitioned. So then they started asking us, the kids, what's going on with your mom? Your mom finna get cussed out. Da, 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 da. When the last time you see your mom? Asking us these questions about our mom. And we go, we don't know. And they're like, no, for real, stop playing. We're like, we don't know. And this is when we're in middle school. Or no, let me stop saying middle school. Not middle school, high school. Yeah, high school. What's going on with your mom? When the last time you see your mom? I seen that your mom was da, da, da. Or come up to us about information about our mom. And we're like, okay, like, what do you want us to do with that? We don't know. Like, and it was just an awkward position. So we always chose the side of like not talking about it and being like laughing because we don't know. And like, we wasn't lying. We honestly didn't know what the fuck was going on. We didn't know. But also, we weren't the type to, have like a full meltdown in school or something. Like, it happened a few times here and there. Like, I had one. I feel like my sisters maybe had one. But it maybe showed in our behaviors and how we did stuff. But nobody was ever like, oh my God, they're going through so much. They were just really in awe of how we were just navigating our lives, being confused about what the fuck was going on with our mom. But just the fact that they would just, like, is that rude? Is that rude that they would do that to us? Or is it like genuine concern? Because I don't know. Because we felt awkward. We felt awkward. I can guarantee you that. Like, we don't know. We don't know what's going on with her mom. And then people like that she happened to fall out with at a time, then they came back. I don't know. It was just a lot of confusing stuff. Okay, even my dad at one point was asking us if we talked to our mom. He don't really ask that no more, or so I think. You know what I'm saying? Because he know the answer now. We're not really chatting with her. My sisters chat with her from time to time, here and there. But she only really calls them. She don't call me. She don't call my brother either. But me and Tariq are a little bit more similar, so I don't know. She did follow me on TikTok though, so we'll see. I don't know. So now what? We live another day. I'll probably be talking to my best friend on Mother's Day. So it'll be her first one without her mom. And it's like I become so aware of Mother's Day because of other people. And every day throughout the year and even going up to it, I don't know shit about it. But because it's such a big thing in everyone else's culture and how they grew up and something to be celebrated, it's like I'm forced into it sometimes. And I wouldn't be surprised if oh my God, I said I was going to church Sunday and it's Mother's Day, so I'm going to church Sunday, so I'm going to see what's going to go on at the church. Because I don't remember Mother's Days at church. So that might be something, but I think so now what? Like I'm probably gonna venture off on my own this whole weekend. Because that's usually what I tend to do. Because I don't like it's Mother's Day, what are we doing for Mother's Day? I'll probably just go MIA and, tend to myself, write or something. Because yeah, it's pretty emotional for me and it's like a thing I'm not really into. I'm not really into it. Don't really celebrate it. So yeah. Maybe I'll call this episode Happy Mother's Day. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day. Because it's just not my jam. And I'm around people who really celebrate it and who hang out and stuff. Now, I don't know if they celebrate it big. I've never been around them while they're celebrating Mother's Day. But, bitch, I'm a mother. there's some mothers around me. Like there's like two mothers. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'll probably just go off on an island. So now what? Me and my therapist talked about me like getting out the house more instead of being in my room, and how I do things for cost effective, and how I should like go to the library or go outside. But it's been cold and it's been raining, so I can't wait for the sun to come out for real. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar and tomorrow there'll be sun. I can't sing right now because I was crying. But anyways, yeah, so I'm like, maybe I'll just do something like that. Um, because even though I'm trying not to spend money, I do need to like tend to myself and be in my room in the environment or surrounding everybody all the time. I don't know if that counts. I don't know if that counts. So, hey man, I'm just trying to do my job, the job that the Lord sent me. And so now what? To keep it a bean, Nina is the one who said, sometime, what about Mother's Day? I said, you just want to put that in my head? You want to put that in my head? Huh? So you want me to talk about Mother's Day? So then I was like, fuck it. I got to talk about Mother's Day. Because I wouldn't usually want to talk about Mother's Day. You feel me? And then I said I owe it to myself to be vulnerable about it. Even if it's vulnerable in my little way, I owe it to myself to be vulnerable. I owe it to myself because this podcast is supposed to be about that real, right? It's the real shit about me and my mom. We don't really, you know what I'm saying? I just owe it to myself, so why not chat about it? Because that's some real shit, ain't it? Some real shit. Real shit. Real shit. Yeah. So I have a question. You celebrate Mother's Day? What's your relationship like with your mom? What is it? Do you not celebrate Mother's Day? I don't know. Are you in therapy? Do you have funny mom stories? Because even though mine were like, traumatic and sad, like some of them they're kind of funny. They're kind of funny. So this was a very chaotic episode for me and my brain, for being honest. Wasn't really organized. My bad. Hey, but you gotta get it how you live. You got to get it how you live. So, I'm fucked with y'all. This has been another episode of the Kyrie Rashid Show. And I'm blessed. I want to say Happy Mother's Day. Thank y'all for coming back for more. Get at me.